The teams at CD Projekt Red are on a serious growth streak at the moment as they reveal more information about The Witcher 4 and their other projects currently in development. With The Witcher 4 now in full production, a cyberpunk sequel gaining momentum, and fresh ventures into film, TV, and mobile gaming, the studio behind some of the biggest RPGs in the world is gearing up for an ambitious new chapter. Over 50 new developers have now joined the team in just the last few months, and CDPR is making it very clear. They're building more than just games, they're building an entire entertainment universe. They have also given more details on the release window for The Witcher 4 and have given us a better idea of when the next entry in this series will actually be released. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Witcher news. And if you're interested, consider becoming a member on the channel for early access on every video, members only content, your name in the credits, the ability to write in and have your comments featured, and access to the Discord community. CD Projekt Red at the moment is quietly gearing up for some big things. Over the past 4 months now, the studio has hired more than 50 new developers to their various different teams, signaling serious momentum behind its upcoming projects, especially The Witcher 4. Of those new hires at the company, 11 have now joined the Witcher 4 development team, bringing the total amount of developers to 411 people working on the next mainline entry in the Witcher franchise. That's a huge number of developers on this project, and it shows just how committed CDPR is to making this game live up to the hype of the fan base. And the recent reveal trailer was the most watched of the Game Awards 2024 event and had the most media coverage, so clearly expectations are very high at the moment. And of course, my favorite series, Cyberpunk, isn't being left behind either. The sequel project, codenamed Orion, added 20 new team members and now has 84 active developers on board. With Cyberpunk 2077 now having sold over 30 million copies and outpacing The Witcher 3 sales, and their DLC Phantom Liberty crossing 8 million sales, it's clear there's still a lot of life left in that universe. And while The Witcher 4 is the only game in full production right now at CDPR, several other projects are in the very early stages of development. Current projects in development include The Witcher 1 remake, a multiplayer project called Ciri, the Cyberpunk sequel, and even a brand new IP known as Hadar, all still in pre-production at the moment at CDPR. Plus, they are partnering with Fool's Theory on something secretive, which adds even more intrigue to their upcoming projects. So while of course it might be a while before any of these games hit shelves, one thing's for sure, CD Projekt Red is putting serious resources behind its future. Whether you're excited for more Witcher, more Cyberpunk, or something completely new from the studio, they're clearly not slowing down anytime soon. Let me know down in the comments what project that they're currently working on that you're most excited about. For me, it's probably Cyberpunk Orion. Now let's talk about the release date for this game. If you've been holding out hope that we'd be stepping into Ciri's boots in The Witcher 4 sometime in 2025 or even 2026, CD Projekt Red has some news that might sting a bit. During a recent earnings presentation, CDPR's CFO made it very clear, The Witcher 4 won't be launching before the end of 2026. That means the earliest we can expect the game now is 2027. The Witcher 4 was first officially unveiled during the Game Awards back in December of 2024, and while the cinematic trailer got fans buzzing with excitement, it didn't come with any sort of release window at the time. Of course, that silence led to a lot of speculation from the fan base, with many hoping for a 2026 launch date, but the CFO's statement has officially put that dream to rest for us. When asked directly about the timeline for the release, he stated that the game won't be ready within the first incentive program window, which currently runs through December 31st, 2026. I know it's unfortunate for us, but we'll have to wait a little bit longer, but now let's talk a bit more about the game. One of the most talked about details from The Witcher 4's reveal was the focus on Ciri as the main protagonist. While of course some corners of the internet complained, as they tend to do, most fans were thrilled to see her finally take center stage in the series. The trailer, which was widely praised for its tone and visuals, showed an older, battle-worn Ciri, setting the stage for what's likely to be a much darker and more personal journey than what we saw with Geralt. The shift in lead character is just one sign that CD Projekt Red is aiming to evolve the franchise. With lessons learned from both the success and stumbles of Cyberpunk 2077, the studio has made it clear that they want to avoid the long, drawn-out marketing cycles of the past. That of course could explain the tight-lipped nature of this project so far. The team wants to do things right this time, and that means taking their time. The 2027 release window also suggests that The Witcher 4 may be targeting next-gen consoles. There's already buzz that Microsoft and Sony are currently planning to launch their new hardware around the same time, which raises the possibility that The Witcher 4 could be one of the first big RPGs of the next generation. While of course it's likely to be a cross-gen title, seeing what CDPR can do with newer hardware is definitely an exciting prospect. That being said, 2027 is still just the earliest we might see this game. Game development is always full of surprises, delays, and creative changes, so even that date is not set in stone of course. CD Projekt has been very clear that it's prioritizing quality, and after the rocky launch of Cyberpunk 2077, it's understandable that the studio is being extra cautious here. Right now, The Witcher 4 is still deep in development. It's officially entered full production in late 2024, so it still has a long road ahead of it, but based on what we've seen so far, and the studio's ambitious goals, it could be well worth the wait for us. In the meantime, there's always plenty of ways to revisit the Witcher universe, whether it's replaying the original trilogy of games, diving back into the books, or just speculating wildly about what's coming next for Ciri and company. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a long wait for us, but if CD Projekt Red sticks the landing here, 2027 might be the year that the Witcher franchise reaches a whole new level. Let me know down in the comments what you think about their development teams growing and this possible 2027 release window for The Witcher 4. In a surprising move that highlights CD Projekt Red's growing ambition beyond traditional gaming, the studio is teaming up with Scopely for a brand new mobile game based on one of its iconic IPs. The partnership was revealed during CD Projekt's latest earnings call, though both companies are keeping it quiet for now on which universe Witcher or Cyberpunk will be adapted to this mobile form. Personally, I hope it's Cyberpunk. Scopely, best known for massive mobile hits like Monopoly Go, is a major player in the mobile space, and recently made waves with its acquisition of Niantic, the developer behind Pokemon Go. With over 30 million active users across its various titles, Scopely brings serious mobile expertise to the table here, making this collaboration one to watch going forward. While the project is still under wraps, of course, this move signaled CD Projekt's ongoing push to diversify its reach across multiple different mediums. Whether it's Geralt, Ciri, or Johnny Silverhand making the leap to mobile next, it's clear that CDPR is fully embracing the idea of building its worlds beyond just the console. And of course, CD Projekt Red isn't just making games anymore, they're setting their sights on becoming a full-blown entertainment powerhouse in the future. In a recent interview, the studio's co-CEOs opened up about their ambitions beyond The Witcher and Cyberpunk RPGs, revealing that they're exploring new frontiers in film, television, and other forms of media. After the runaway success of Cyberpunk Edgerunners on Netflix, which not only impressed critics but reignited interest in Cyberpunk 2077, the studio realized their stories could thrive far beyond gaming consoles. And now they're talking about turning their rich worlds into movies, animated series, maybe even more books. And with talent like Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba already being in the fold, the pieces for a Cyberpunk film might already be falling into place. While of course their roots will always be in gaming, CD Projekt says their long-term vision is to become a global creator of pop culture. Whether it's Ciri on the big screen or Johnny Silverhand in a live-action series, the next few years could take The Witcher and Cyberpunk universes to places fans never imagined. Even without launching a major title in 2024, CD Projekt still pulled off one of its most profitable years ever. Thanks to the ongoing momentum of Cyberpunk 2077 and its well-received Phantom Liberty expansion, the studio recorded its best financial results to date for a year without any new blockbuster releases. Cyberpunk 2077 has now sold over 30 million copies, with Phantom Liberty contributing another 8 million in sales. That success helped generate nearly 600 million zloty in earnings for the studio, with The Witcher 3 still quietly pulling in stable revenue even a decade after its original launch. All this while The Witcher 4 continues through full production, with over 400 developers hard at work on the project. With a macOS port on the way and new Cyberpunk animated projects in development for Netflix, CD Projekt is clearly not slowing down at the moment. The company also seemed thrilled with the response to The Witcher 4's trailer, especially the attention on Ciri stepping into the spotlight as the new lead. Financially and creatively, CD Projekt is riding high, and it looks like the best may still be ahead for the studio. For our last section of the video, let's get into some audience inquiries where you can submit your questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, or ideas for future videos. We had 3 audience write-ins for this video specifically, but if you want to write in, head over to the post tab on my channel. That's where the thread for upcoming videos will be posted. The first write-in comes from Stomping Peak 2043, and they said, "I really hope we get to play as Ciri, and the combat is reworked to be amazing. With her blink abilities, combat could be legitimately epic." And of course, we did see Ciri in the trailer, and we know she's going to be the main protagonist of The Witcher 4. And of course, they're probably going to be reworking the combat as well to change it from The Witcher 3. I know it's a big criticism of The Witcher 3, so hopefully they innovate and make it even better in this new game. And we didn't really see the blink ability in the trailer, so we really don't know what all of her combat abilities will be so far. We did see that one kind of, what do you call it, like a water ability that she used to punch that monster, and then she lit up the chain that she had with some sort of fire. I guess that is somehow incorporated with the signs in some way, and of course we saw her use the signs as well. But it will be interesting to see what they do with the combat in The Witcher 4. The second write-in comes from Pickle Vondil, and they said, I think unfortunately a main concern that everyone is thinking is, will it be optimized and playable at launch? Or will it be a mess like a majority of games coming out? And of course, that's a major concern after Cyberpunk 2077 and how that game released in 2020. Hopefully this time they'll take the time needed to actually have a good, solid release for The Witcher 4. I mean, at this point, they really can't afford to have that bad of a launch again. And I know another major concern is that they're moving over to Unreal Engine 5. I've heard some people say that the Red engine used for Cyberpunk 2077 was some of the issues, or at least the main reasons for a lot of the issues at launch, but I don't know, there's a ton of issues with Unreal Engine 5 as well, but hopefully they'll be able to iron out those kinks. And the third write-in comes from Arlecchino Frappuccino. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name. But they said, in CDPR we trust, please give us a smooth release though. And of course that's just further reiterating that this game has to launch in great condition. They cannot have another launch like Cyberpunk 2077. That would be disastrous for the company at this point. But I believe that they can have a good release and that they've learned the lessons. I mean, they've said it over and over again. We've learned lessons from Cyberpunk 2077's release. So this is their opportunity to prove it. Can they launch The Witcher 4 in good condition? I have no doubt that the story will be great and they'll further iterate on the combat from The Witcher 3 and make it even better as well. But thank y'all for the write-ins, I really appreciate it. Those were some fun topics to talk about. Of course, anything with The Witcher is fun to talk about. But if you want to write in and be featured in future videos, head over to the post tab on my channel. That's where all threads for upcoming videos will be posted. And of course, I will have to say that over the next week or so, videos will probably be a little bit sparse. I'm moving into my first house and it's kind of crazy right now. Everything's all over the place and just really trying to get everything settled. So it will be a little crazy over the next few weeks, but I'm still going to try my best to get as many videos out as I can. Of course, depending on what news is announced as well. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Witcher news. And if you're looking for something else to watch, click one of the videos you're seeing on screen right now. I will see you there. Also, a huge thank you to all the amazing channel members.